The signal arrived on a quiet Tuesday morning, disrupting the normal chatter of radio telescopes across the globe. Dr. Sarah Chen was reviewing data at the Berkeley SETI Institute when her algorithms detected the anomaly. At first, she thought it was another false positive. Space was full of strange signals that mimicked intelligent communication. But this was different. "Dr. Roberts, you need to see this," she called to her supervisor, her eyes fixed on the scrolling data. The pattern was unlike anything they'd ever recorded, precise, structured, and undeniably artificial. Within hours, every major observatory on Earth had confirmed the signal. The message itself arrived 3 days later. It came simultaneously through every communication channel on Earth, overriding all broadcasting frequencies. The aliens called themselves the hegemony, and their message was simple: submit or be eradicated. Dr. Chen found herself quickly transferred to the hastily assembled Emergency Defense Council, housed in a repurposed bunker beneath the Rocky Mountains. Military leaders, scientists, and government officials from around the world gathered to face humanity's greatest crisis. The hegemony had given Earth 30 days to surrender. "Their technology is centuries ahead of ours," General Harrison stated, his weathered face grim as he addressed the council. "Our best weapons would be like throwing rocks at a battleship." But Sarah noticed something in the alien transmissions that others had missed. Each message, each communication, carried a subtle flaw, a quantum irregularity that shouldn't exist in advanced technology. She worked through sleepless nights, analyzing the pattern, understanding its implications. The hegemony ships appeared in orbit exactly 28 days after their first message. Massive vessels that dwarfed anything humanity had ever built, they cast shadows over major cities across the globe. Panic erupted in some areas, but surprisingly, humanity largely stood united in the face of extinction. Sarah's breakthrough came with just 48 hours remaining on the ultimatum. She burst into the council chamber, interrupting a heated debate about surrender terms. "Their quantum communications are flawed," she announced, spreading her data across the main display. "They're using a base 12 quantum encryption system, but there's a fundamental instability in how they process human consciousness patterns." The room fell silent as she explained. The hegemony's technology, for all its advancement, had a critical weakness. Their quantum communications couldn't properly account for the chaos inherent in human thought patterns. Every time they scanned human populations, their systems encountered minute errors that compounds exponentially. "We can use this," Sarah insisted. "Their entire command and control structure relies on quantum networking. If we can amplify our own consciousness patterns, broadcast them at the right frequency." She let the implication hang in the air. Commander James Rivera, a decorated naval officer known for unconventional tactics, was the first to grasp the potential. "We could disrupt their entire fleet," he finished. "Not with weapons, but with the very thing that makes us human: our unpredictability." The next 48 hours saw the most remarkable cooperation in human history. Scientists and engineers worldwide worked in shifts, building massive quantum resonators designed to amplify and broadcast human brain patterns. The plan was audacious, perhaps impossible, but it was the only chance Earth had. As the deadline approached, the hegemony ships moved into attack position. Their final message was brief: "Your time has expired. Submit or face extinction." Sarah stood in the control center, surrounded by banks of newly built equipment. Commander Rivera coordinated with military forces worldwide, ready to launch a conventional attack if their plan failed. The fate of humanity rested on a theory about quantum mechanics and consciousness. "Initiating broadcast," Sarah announced, her finger hovering over the activation key. Around the world, thousands of volunteers had been connected to resonator arrays, their combined consciousness patterns about to be amplified and directed at the alien fleet. She pressed the key. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then the alien ships began to behave erratically. Their perfect formation wavered as the combined chaos of human consciousness patterns crashed through their quantum networks. Alarms blared as readings showed their command and control systems cascading into failure. The hegemony's response was immediate but disorganized. Some ships opened fire, their weapons missing wildly as targeting systems failed. Others began emergency maneuvers, nearly colliding with each other as their coordination broke down. Commander Rivera seized the moment, ordering Earth's combined military forces to attack. What followed was not the one-sided slaughter the hegemony had planned, but a desperate fight where human ingenuity and adaptability proved more valuable than advanced technology. The battle lasted less than 6 hours. When it ended, the majority of the hegemony fleet had either retreated or been disabled. Humanity had won its first interstellar war not through superior firepower, but by turning its very nature, its unpredictable, chaotic consciousness, into a weapon. In the aftermath, as the world celebrated and began to rebuild, Sarah found herself studying the captured alien technology. The hegemony would return, she knew, but humanity would be ready. They had discovered something far more valuable than advanced weapons. They had discovered that their greatest strength lay in the very qualities the hegemony had dismissed as primitive. The age of human isolation was over. Earth had announced its presence to the galaxy, not with a whimper of submission, but with a demonstration of its unique power. The hegemony had expected to find savages. Instead, they had awakened a force they never anticipated: humanity's unlimited potential for adaptation and innovation. As Sarah looked at the stars that night, she knew everything had changed. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe, and they had done so on their own terms. The message to the galaxy was clear: underestimate Earth at your own risk. In the weeks following humanity's first victory against the hegemony, Earth transformed. The captured alien vessels became laboratories where scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to understand and adapt the advanced technology. Commander Rivera established a new military doctrine, knowing the hegemony would return with countermeasures to their quantum disruption strategy. But the most significant development came from an unexpected source. During the examination of a damaged hegemony ship, technicians discovered a sealed compartment containing what appeared to be a rebel alien scientist. The being called itself Zix 427, though humans quickly shortened this to Zix. It had been secretly gathering intelligence on its own civilization's weaknesses, believing the hegemony's expansion policies would eventually lead to their downfall. Dr. Sarah Chen found herself working closely with Zix, whose insights into hegemony technology proved invaluable. "Your species fascinates me," Zix commented one day. Its multifaceted eyes shifting in what Sarah had learned was an expression of wonder. "The hegemony believes in perfect order, in predictability. But you thrive in chaos." Together, they developed Project Phoenix, a revolutionary defense system that would combine Earth's newfound understanding of quantum mechanics with humanity's inherent unpredictability. The project involved creating a network of satellites equipped with both conventional weapons and quantum resonators, all linked to a neural interface that would allow human operators to react with unprecedented speed and creativity. Commander Rivera oversaw the training of the first Phoenix operators. "This isn't about following procedures," he explained to the initial group of volunteers. "It's about embracing our humanity, our ability to make intuitive leaps, to think laterally, to do the unexpected." The system's first test came sooner than anyone anticipated. Hegemony scout ships appeared at the edge of the solar system, their designs modified to resist quantum disruption. Earth's new defense network detected them immediately, and Commander Rivera ordered the Phoenix system activated. Sarah watched from the control center as the operators connected to the neural interface. The satellite network came alive, responding to human thought patterns with a speed and precision that seemed impossible. When the scout ships launched their attack, they found themselves facing not just advanced technology, but technology guided by human intuition and creativity. The battle was brief but spectacular. The Phoenix operators, their minds linked to the defense grid, anticipated and countered every hegemony tactic. Quantum resonators, now refined and more powerful, created localized disruptions that herded enemy ships into precisely calculated kill zones. Earth's conventional weapons, enhanced with adapted alien technology, proved devastatingly effective. Not a single hegemony scout escaped to report back. But more importantly, Earth had demonstrated that it could do more than just defend itself. It could innovate, adapt, and overcome seemingly insurmountable technological gaps. Zix studied the battle data with increasing excitement. "This confirms my theories," it announced. "The hegemony's greatest weakness is its rigid adherence to hierarchy and order. Your species' cognitive flexibility, what you call thinking outside the box, represents an evolutionary advantage they never considered possible." Project Phoenix expanded rapidly after this success. Neural interface centers were established around the globe, and the satellite network grew more sophisticated. Sarah and Zix continued their research, pushing the boundaries of what was possible when human consciousness interfaced with advanced technology. But Commander Rivera remained cautious. "The hegemony won't send scouts next time," he warned during a council meeting. "They'll come with everything they have. We need to be ready not just to defend Earth, but to take the fight to them if necessary." His words proved prophetic. Long-range sensors detected a massive buildup of hegemony forces. The alien empire was marshaling its fleet for what they clearly intended to be a decisive battle. Earth had perhaps 3 months to prepare. Sarah found herself working around the clock, collaborating with Zix to further improve their defenses. The alien scientist had become more than just an ally. It was now a true believer in humanity's potential. "Your species reminds me of a theory in quantum physics," Zix observed one evening. "The act of observation changes the outcome. The hegemony's attempt to subjugate Earth has instead catalyzed your evolution as a spacefaring civilization." Project Phoenix underwent its final modifications as the deadline approached. The neural interface was refined to allow for deeper connection while maintaining operator safety. The satellite network now extended to the outer reaches of the solar system, creating a comprehensive defense grid that could be controlled with thought alone. Commander Rivera implemented an intensive training program, running simulations of every possible hegemony attack strategy. But he knew that humanity's greatest advantage lay not in rehearsed responses, but in their ability to improvise, to find solutions that no one, human or alien, could have predicted. As the final preparations were made, Sarah realized that Project Phoenix had become more than just a defense system. It was a symbol of humanity's approach to survival, rising from the ashes of near destruction, combining the best of human nature with the most advanced technology available, and emerging stronger than ever before. The hegemony was coming, but Earth was ready. Project Phoenix stood as a testament to what humanity could achieve when pushed to its limits, a perfect fusion of chaos and order, intuition and technology, courage and innovation. The next battle would determine not just Earth's fate, but the future of galactic civilization itself. As Earth prepared for the hegemony's return, Zix made a discovery that changed everything. While analyzing ancient stellar maps in the captured scout ships' databases, the alien scientist found references to Earth that predated the hegemony's first contact. Humanity's homeworld wasn't unknown to the galaxy. It had been deliberately quarantined. "Your planet was marked as forbidden territory thousands of years ago," Zix explained to a stunned Emergency Defense Council. "The species that preceded the hegemony designated Earth as a nexus of chaos, a place where the fundamental laws of quantum mechanics behaved differently." Dr. Sarah Chen immediately connected this revelation to their earlier discoveries about human consciousness patterns. "That's why our quantum disruption strategy worked so well," she realized. "We're not just generating interference. We're amplifying something that already exists naturally on Earth." Commander Rivera saw the military implications instantly. "If we can understand this phenomenon, we might have an advantage the hegemony never anticipated." He ordered a series of experiments combining Project Phoenix's neural interfaces with detailed quantum measurements of Earth's unique properties. The results were staggering. When Phoenix operators interfaced with the defense grid while consciously focusing on Earth's natural quantum field, their capabilities increased exponentially. The chaos inherent in human consciousness resonated with the planet's unusual properties, creating effects that defied conventional physics. But the discovery came with a warning from Zix. The hegemony's leadership must have realized this potential. It explains their haste to subjugate Earth. They fear what humanity might become if given time to fully understand its capabilities. As if to confirm these fears, the hegemony launched its first major assault sooner than expected. A battle group of 30 ships emerged from hyperspace near Mars, their weapons already charged. Earth's response demonstrated just how far humanity had come in understanding its hidden advantages. Phoenix operators, now attuned to Earth's quantum field, engaged the enemy with unprecedented effectiveness. The defense grid didn't just track and target the hegemony ships. It predicted their movements before they occurred, as if the operators were tapping into the probability waves of future events. Sarah, monitoring the neural interfaces, observed patterns she'd never seen before. The operators aren't just controlling the satellites, she reported excitedly. They're somehow surfing quantum possibilities. They're seeing and selecting the most advantageous outcomes before they happen. The battle became a demonstration of humanity's emerging capabilities. Hegemony ships found their carefully calculated attack patterns disrupted by defenders who seemed to anticipate every move. Earth's weapons, guided by operators in this enhanced state of consciousness, struck with impossible precision. The hegemony forces retreated after losing half their ships, but the victory revealed something crucial about humanity's potential. They weren't just fighting with advanced technology. They were beginning to access abilities that the ancient species had recognized and feared. Zix's analysis of captured data revealed growing discord within the hegemony. Some factions argued for full retreat, seeing humanity as too dangerous to confront. Others demanded immediate, overwhelming force to destroy Earth before humans fully mastered their unique capabilities. Commander Rivera used this intelligence to implement a bold new strategy. Earth would no longer wait for the hegemony to attack. Project Phoenix would be expanded to include offensive capabilities, allowing humanity to take the fight to the enemy. We've learned that our greatest weapon isn't our technology or even our connection to Earth's quantum field, he addressed the global defense forces. It's our ability to adapt, to evolve, to embrace the chaos that other species fear. The hegemony thinks in terms of order and control. We'll show them the power of creative destruction. Sarah and Zix worked to upgrade the neural interfaces, allowing operators to maintain their enhanced state for longer periods. Training programs were revised to help humans consciously access and control their connection to Earth's quantum field. Each success revealed new possibilities, new ways of bending reality that even Zix couldn't explain. The hegemony's response to their defeat was predictable. They began assembling an enormous fleet, drawing ships from across their empire. But their very predictability had become a weakness. Every move they made followed patterns that humanity's enhanced consciousness could now detect and exploit. Earth's preparations took on new urgency as reports of the hegemony's buildup continued to arrive. The Phoenix network was expanded, with new satellites incorporating technologies that even Zix considered theoretical. Humanity's understanding of their unique relationship with quantum mechanics grew daily, leading to innovations that bordered on the miraculous. We're approaching a threshold, Sarah explained to the Council. The ancient species that quarantined Earth must have understood what we're only now discovering, that human consciousness, combined with our planet's quantum properties, has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of reality itself. Commander Rivera, ever practical, focused on the immediate future. Theory can wait, he insisted. Right now, we need to use every advantage we have. The hegemony is coming, and this time they won't stop until either they or we are completely defeated. As Earth's forces made their final preparations, there was a sense of destiny in the air. Humanity had not only survived its first contact with hostile aliens, it had discovered its true potential. The coming battle would determine not just the fate of Earth, but the future of human evolution itself. The hegemony's main fleet arrived with the kind of overwhelming force that had subjugated 1,000 worlds. 10,000 ships filled the space between Mars and Jupiter, their formation a perfect geometric pattern that reflected their rigid ideology. At their center, a massive command vessel housed the High Council itself, the ruling body that had ordered Earth's destruction. Commander Rivera stood in Project Phoenix's central command, studying the holographic display of the enemy fleet. They'd brought their leadership to watch our destruction, he noted, a grim smile playing across his face. Let's make sure they have the best seats in the house. Dr. Sarah Chen and Six had worked until the last possible moment, refining humanity's secret weapon. The breakthrough had come just 3 days before the hegemony's arrival, a way to project Earth's quantum field through the Phoenix network, essentially extending humanity's home field advantage into space. The High Council's presence changes everything, Six announced, its multifaceted eyes rapidly shifting colors. They never leave their core systems. Their arrival here indicates internal instability. They need a decisive victory to maintain control of their empire. Sarah understood the implications immediately. Then we don't just need to win. We need to shatter their image of invincibility. She turned to Rivera. Commander, I have an idea, but it's risky. We need to let them think they're winning. Draw them in close to Earth. Rivera's plan took shape quickly. Earth's forces would appear to struggle against the hegemony's initial assault, falling back in seemingly desperate retreat. The Phoenix operators would mask their true capabilities, making their defense appear increasingly chaotic and ineffective. The battle began at dawn. The hegemony fleet advanced in perfect formation, their weapons creating a light show visible from Earth's surface. The first wave of attacks struck Earth's outer defenses, and as planned, humanity's response appeared desperate and uncoordinated. They're buying it, Sarah reported, monitoring the quantum fluctuations in enemy communications. Their tactical algorithms are registering our defense as primitive and deteriorating. They're pushing their advantage exactly as we predicted. Hour by hour, the hegemony pressed forward, their confidence growing as Earth's forces appeared to weaken. The Phoenix operators, connected to the enhanced neural interface, found it challenging to deliberately underperform, their enhanced consciousness straining against the need for restraint. The High Council, watching from their command vessel, transmitted victory pronouncements across their empire. Earth's resistance was failing, they declared, proving once again the superiority of their ordered civilization over chaotic, primitive species. When the hegemony fleet reached lunar orbit, Rivera gave the signal. Now, he commanded, show them what chaos really means. In an instant, the carefully maintained illusion of weakness shattered. The Phoenix network blazed to life, channeling the combined power of human consciousness and Earth's quantum field. The operators, no longer holding back, released their full capabilities into space. The effect was beyond anything they had predicted. The quantum field extension created a zone of temporal uncertainty around Earth, causing hegemony weapons to fire at targets that had already moved or hadn't yet arrived at their calculated positions. Their perfect formation became a liability as ships crashed into spaces their computers insisted were empty. Sarah watched in amazement as the battle unfolded. The Phoenix operators, their consciousness expanded by the neural interface and amplified by Earth's quantum field, didn't just fight the hegemony fleet. They rewrote the rules of engagement. Reality itself seemed to flex and bend around human intention. In the heart of the chaos, Commander Rivera launched the final phase of his plan. A small strike force, led by his fastest ships, cut through the disoriented hegemony fleet. Their target, the High Council's command vessel. They've never faced defeat, Rivera had explained during the planning. Their entire society is built on the illusion of inevitability, that their victory is merely a matter of time and resources. We need to do more than win. We need to break their foundational myth. The strike force reached the command vessel just as its defensive screen failed, overwhelmed by the quantum distortions. Rivera's ships launched specialized boarding pods, carrying teams of Earth's best soldiers, each equipped with neural interfaces linked to the Phoenix network. What followed was unlike any combat in human history. The boarding teams, their consciousness enhanced and synchronized with Earth's quantum field, moved through the massive ship like ghosts. Hegemony defenders found themselves firing at opponents who seemed to exist in multiple places simultaneously, or who knew their actions before they took them. The High Council, for the first time in their species' history, faced the prospect of personal defeat. Their guards fell before enemies they couldn't predict. Their escape routes were cut off by humans who seemed to navigate probability itself, and their mighty weapons proved useless against opponents who fought with reality as their ally. Sarah, monitoring the quantum readings, detected a sudden spike in the command vessel's power core. "They're going to self-destruct," she warned. The High Council would rather die than be captured. But even this final act of defiance played into humanity's hands. Rivera's teams had already secured their true objective: the Hegemony's central database, containing the sum of their knowledge and the command codes for their entire fleet. The strike force withdrew moments before the command vessel exploded, taking the High Council with it. The destruction of their leadership broke something fundamental in the Hegemony fleet. Ships began retreating in disorder, their perfect formation dissolving into chaos. The empire that had threatened Earth's existence was revealed as vulnerable, its power built on a foundation of fear and rigid control that crumbled in the face of true adaptation and creativity. As the remains of the Hegemony fleet flooded into deep space, Earth celebrated its greatest victory. But for those who had been at the heart of the battle, this was more than just a military triumph. Humanity had demonstrated not just its ability to survive, but its potential to transcend the very limits of what other species believed possible. In the months following the Hegemony's defeat, humanity found itself in an unprecedented position. The empire that had threatened to destroy Earth was now fragmenting, its member species asserting their independence after millennia of rigid control. The knowledge captured from their central database revealed a galaxy far more complex and diverse than anyone had imagined. Dr. Sarah Chen, working alongside Zix, led the effort to understand humanity's new place in the cosmic order. The quantum phenomena that made Earth unique weren't just weapons to be used in battle. They represented a fundamental breakthrough in understanding consciousness and reality itself. "Your species has achieved something remarkable," Zix explained during a global conference. "The ancient species who quarantined Earth didn't do so out of fear. They did it to protect a natural experiment. They saw the potential for consciousness to evolve beyond purely physical limitations." Commander Rivera, now heading Earth's first interstellar defense force, focused on more immediate concerns. The Hegemony's collapse had created a power vacuum, and various factions were already maneuvering to fill it. Some sought alliance with Earth, drawn by humanity's demonstrated power. Others viewed the chaos as an opportunity to establish their own empires. "We didn't fight for freedom just to become another empire," Rivera declared to the Emergency Defense Council, which had evolved into Earth's primary diplomatic body. "But we can't ignore what's happening beyond our borders. Every species deserves the chance to choose its own path." Sarah's research had revealed something extraordinary about Project Phoenix's success. The neural interfaces hadn't just allowed humans to control advanced technology. They had accelerated humanity's natural evolution. Each operator who connected to the network experienced subtle but permanent changes in their consciousness, developing abilities that previously existed only in science fiction. "We're witnessing the next step in human development," she explained to a packed auditorium at the newly established Quantum Consciousness Institute. "Our connection to Earth's quantum field isn't just a tactical advantage. It's a gateway to understanding the true nature of consciousness itself." The implications extended far beyond military applications. Medical researchers discovered ways to use quantum consciousness techniques for healing. Scientists found they could enhance their understanding of complex problems by tapping into the field. Artists began creating works that existed simultaneously in multiple states, challenging traditional concepts of reality. As humanity explored its newfound capabilities, representatives from former hegemony worlds arrived on Earth seeking guidance and alliance. Many brought their own unique insights into consciousness and reality, leading to collaborative breakthroughs that benefited all species. Zix, who had chosen to remain on Earth as an ambassador, helped establish the Galactic Coalition, a loose federation of worlds united not by force or fear, but by a shared commitment to growth and discovery. Unlike the rigid hierarchy of the hegemony, the coalition celebrated diversity and encouraged each species to develop according to its own nature. The galaxy needs balance, Zix observed during the coalition's founding ceremony. The hegemony represented pure order, stagnant and unyielding. Earth shows us another way, conscious evolution through the embrace of both chaos and order. The Phoenix network evolved as well, expanding beyond Earth's solar system to create a communication and defense grid that protected coalition worlds while respecting their sovereignty. The technology, combined with humanity's growing mastery of quantum consciousness, allowed for instantaneous communication and travel between member worlds. Commander Rivera, watching Earth's influence spread peacefully through the galaxy, found a satisfying irony in the outcome. The hegemony wanted to crush what made us unique, he remarked during the commissioning of Earth's first conscious drive starship. Instead, they forced us to understand and embrace it fully. Sarah's continued research suggested that humanity's evolution was still in its early stages. Each generation born after the hegemony war showed greater natural ability to connect with Earth's quantum field. Children were developing abilities that their parents had achieved only through technology and training. "We're becoming something new," she told her students at the Institute. "Not better or worse than other species, but different, able to bridge the gap between physical reality and consciousness itself." As Earth celebrated the 5th anniversary of the hegemony's defeat, the changes in human civilization were profound but positive. Cities incorporated quantum architecture that responded to collective consciousness. Education evolved to include both technological and consciousness-based learning. Art, science, and spirituality merged in ways that would have been impossible to imagine before first contact. The galaxy, too, was transforming. The rigid structures of the hegemony era gave way to a more organic, interconnected civilization. Species that had been enemies for millennia found common ground in the study of consciousness and reality. The quarantine that had once isolated Earth became a pilgrimage destination for those seeking to understand their own potential. Zix, observing these changes, shared a final insight with Sarah and Rivera during a quiet evening overlooking the newly established quantum gardens. "The ancient species who marked Earth as special would be proud," it said, its eyes reflecting the quantum-enhanced beauty of the garden. They saw the seed of something extraordinary in humanity, the potential to transcend the boundaries between mind and reality. "You haven't just survived, you've shown the galaxy a new way to evolve." As the sun set on that new era, humanity stood not as conquerors or victims, but as pioneers on the frontier of consciousness itself. The threats they had faced, the battles they had won, and the knowledge they had gained all served to illuminate a truth that the hegemony had never understood. True power lay not in controlling reality, but in growing wise enough to dance with its infinite possibilities.